To everyone world over, all our brothers and sisters, those are joining from different countries, different parts, different continents, different time zone, different conditions, wherever you are. We extend you a very warm welcome this afternoon, this morning, this evening. So, green morning, green afternoon, and green evening. It's a pleasure to have all of you on this particular webinar. And today is 567th webinar dedicated to तीन शब्दों पर संसार टिका है, मेकिंग एजुकेशन रेलेवेंट. आप कहेंगे संसार कैसे टिका है तीन शब्दों पर? यस, बिकॉज एजुकेशन is the foundation, it is the basic plate onto which you have got everybody, whether political people or bureaucrat or teachers or doctors or nurses or engineers, or for that matter, anybody. So the base plate is education. If you make your education relevant, anything and everything is possible on this planet. Teachers and youth empowerment is most important for us. Heartiest congratulations. New education policy has come in India on 29th of July. It's a wonderful policy. It's a pragmatic policy. It's a futuristic policy. It's a very innovative policy. It's a very, very creative policy. All depends on how, when, which way it gets implemented. That is very important. Now, we all faced a lot of challenges during the pandemic, during COVID-19, and slowly and gradually the world is moving to normal and new normal, that also we can call it. And what are the lessons learned from the challenges that we faced in the education ecosystem during this pandemic? That's what we are going to share this afternoon with all of us. So, ladies and gentlemen, we extend a very hearty welcome to Dr. Meenakshi Narula and Madam Shalini Bajaj and Madam Poonam ji, and if Indra ma'am joins us, Indra Singh ji. So we will move in this journey further now. Our chamber is basically taking care of non-resident Indians. 3 days back in India, you had Parvasi Bharatiya Divas, which was inaugurated by the Honorable Prime Minister. That was 16th Parvasi Bharatiya Divas. However, we started our journey before that in 1994, and there are 31 million. And when you say Parvasi Bharatiya Divas, because the Honorable late Prime Minister of India, Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, was very keen that something should be done at the national level. However, before that, the state of Punjab was doing, and we were doing Punjabi Parvasi Divas. And that is every year on Lohri festival. That is on 13th. So tomorrow is our 27th Punjabi Parvasi Divas. Although it's a international virtual conference, you'll be having about 6 lakh people joining from world over in this program tomorrow. And the whole focus is education, skills, micro, small and medium enterprise, finance, health, wellness, and water management. You can watch it on live on the GS Motivator tomorrow. And this program is something, whenever Punjabis do, they do little abnormal things. And that's what I believe, because I'm also Punjabi. So 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., it's a 12-hour non-stop program, 12 hours, because we got to accommodate so many people from world over. And there are 13 panel discussions. I mean, you can't imagine what all is there. So Beauty and Wellness Sector Skill Council of the Government of India is with us in that yatra. Heartiest congratulations to Honorable Prime Minister, and special thanks to Dr. Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank, Education Minister of India. The new education policy, wonderful. This is original newspaper print of 15th of August 1947. On 15 अगस्त 1947 भारत के स्वतंत्रता दिवस वाले दिन भारत में 19 यूनिवर्सिटीज थी, 400 स्कूल थे और 5000 छात्र छात्राएं थे जो बच्चे पढ़ रहे थे. और आज का सिनेरियो, there are 1028 universities, 40,000 colleges, 15 lakh schools and 31 crore students. Well, we have come a long way. School education and higher education, the new pedagogy which is taking place is something wonderful. वैदिक काल में होता क्या था, वो एंशिएंट वैल्यूज क्या थी, एथिक्स क्या थी, टीचर्स को कितनी रिस्पेक्ट मिलती थी, गुरुजन, जो लोग शिक्षा की प्रणाली में जुड़े हुए थे, male and female, they were doing wonders. And that all when you take into consideration. Ladies and gentlemen, we are working on holistic education because education has got a definite purpose in life. 12-hour beaming every day by our chamber. We have got 30 webinars per week related to education. Evening, this week we are at 5 o'clock. Next week onward, it will be 5:30. But today at 5 o'clock, you have got a wellness that is embracing mental wellness in a disruptive environment. So today at 5 o'clock, with the Sector Skill Council on Wellness, we have got a special program. Fridays are dedicated to Jal Sanrakshan. Jal hai to Jeevan hai. Jal hai to kal hai. Water conservation is very important. And then Swami Vivekananda's today's birthday. So every Saturday we have evening program from Chicago, Swami Vivekananda's. And Sundays dedicated to startup, stand up, and your self-employment and your entrepreneurship, whatever you want to do. In the afternoon at 4:30, there is a motivational talk. आज की युवा पीढ़ी क्या चाहती है? Then Saturday evening, 7 p.m. Ayurveda. And then, of course, Sunday morning, you have got Srimad Bhagavad Gita at 9:30. And waste to resource management, that is at 12:30. And taking you to 650 million population to 10 countries in ASEAN, Southeast Asia. That is on Sunday at 3 p.m. And like this webinar, it is at 3 p.m. Monday to Friday. Today is Tuesday. Indian Educators Panel Discussion, New Education Policy 2020. That is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Saturday and Sunday, we get NRIs from world over for deliberations together on a common platform. Youth empowerment is very important. Teacher empowerment is very important. And water conservation is very important. But this is possible when we do women empowerment. Everything is possible. Your health and wellness is very important. During this pandemic, we realized that world will get the new order, and that is basic food, basic health, and basic education. If these three things are being taken care of, then everything is being taken care of. Today at 5 p.m., we have got wellness through fitness, and Chirag Sethi is coming on fitness this evening to talk to all of us at 5 p.m. today. 7 p.m. 16 संस्कारों की सीरीज चल रही है. गर्भाधान से लेकर अंत्येष्टि तक आपके जीवन काल में जो 16 संस्कार हैं, उनकी शाम को 7 बजे चर्चा. So, ladies and gentlemen, whatever human mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Let's come together. Over here, when we talk about, that means this blank slide shows that this is Major Dr. Gulshan Sharma, and that's why you got to imprint some more wonderful audience and wonderful participants and our distinguished guests, our principals this afternoon, this evening, this morning, जो भी टाइम जोन में जहां पर भी आप हैं, आप लोगों का बहुत बहुत स्वागत है. और ये देखिए, प्रोग्राम के शुरू से पहले इंदिरा सिंह जी भी ज्वाइन कर गई हैं. So she is also being extended a hearty welcome. So ladies and gentlemen, let's start this evening. What challenges did you face? What is the roadmap ahead? How your school is moving ahead? What your school is thinking? How do you plan to go ahead? Now, अब मैं अपनी वाणी को दूंगा विराम और बिल्कुल इंटरफेयर नहीं करूंगा. मीनाक्षी मैम कहेंगी अपने आप से, नाउ आई हैंड ओवर टू शालिनी, एंड शालिनी मैम कहेंगी नाउ आई हैंड ओवर टू पूनम, एंड पूनम मैम कहेंगी नाउ आई हैंड ओवर टू इंदिरा, and thereafter I will appear on the surface once again. Till that time, I want to go in meditation, and I just want to listen to four of you. You get about 6 to 7 minutes each one of you. Express your views, talk about your school initially, talk about your teachers, your students, your pedagogies, andragogies, innovation, creativity, collaboration, futuristic, future roadmap, future journey, future milestones, your aspiration, your inspirations, whatever you want to talk about. Technology you can talk about, artificial intelligence you can talk about, Internet of Things you can talk about, cloud computing you can talk, anything you can talk about. Because I believe that education and education and education, need-based education and desirable education only can change the universe and can empower the humanity. With these words, ladies and gentlemen, I'm in minority because I've got four ladies, so thereby it is better I go silent and they should speak now. And all teachers and all students, those are joining this particular program, please come on GS Motivator on the YouTube channel, and you're requested you post your school's name also so that I can relate to. एंड जिस स्कूल के मैक्सिमम टीचर और बच्चे पार्टिसिपेट करेंगे उन स्कूल को आज स्वामी विवेकानंद जी के जन्म दिवस पर 1,000 रुपए का इनाम सबसे पहले दिया जाएगा, क्योंकि कौन बनेगा करोड़पति का पहला सवाल भी 1,000 रुपए का ही होता है. सो वी विल स्टार्ट विद 1,000 रुपीज. और जिस भी टीचर का, जिस भी स्टूडेंट का कोई बहुत इनोवेटिव आइडिया आएगा एजुकेशन को एम्पावर करने के लिए, in term of app, in term of pedagogy, in term of andragogy, in term of creativity, कोई भी आइडिया आपका है कि हम फ्यूचर में अपनी एजुकेशन को एम्पावर कैसे कर सकते हैं, एंड आई मे टेल यू, रिमेंबर 25th of March. No, let's not remember 25th of March. We don't want to go back. हमको याद नहीं करना है 25th of March को, बहुत खराब दिन था. हम नहीं याद करेंगे. अभी आगे चलते हैं, लेकिन फिर भी याद तो करना पड़ेगा. आपको याद है कि 25 मार्च को शाम को जब पता लगा कंप्लीट लॉकडाउन, टीचर स्ट्रगलिंग, एवरीबॉडी स्ट्रगलिंग, प्रिंसिपल गिविंग अ कॉल टू एवरीबॉडी, एंड जितने भी गैजेट्स हैं, जूम, उसके बाद माइक्रोसॉफ्ट, सिस्को, गूगल, व्हाट्सएप, फेसबुक, इंस्टाग्राम, स्नैपचैट, ठीक है. तो ये देखिए इतने सोशल मीडिया तो 72 ईयर्स की एज में मैं भी जानता हूं. सो आई एम मेकिंग बेस्ट यूज ऑफ देम. लिंक्डइन, कोई भी चीज है, सबने ट्राई किया कि किसी तरीके से बच्चों तक पहुंचा जाए. रेडियो, टेलीविजन, मोबाइल. सो टीचर्स आर ऑफ ग्रेट वॉरियर्स एंड ऑल प्रिंसिपल्स, यू डिजर्व अ बिग अपलॉड because you all have done a great job. Teachers have done a great job. You all are fantastic. You're not less than any doctor, nurse or paramedical people. You all have done a fantastic and a commendable job. इतनी limitations के बावजूद आपने education को कैसे ongoing रखा, that is remarkable in India. 138 करोड़ की population में, imagine किसी country के अंदर उतने population नहीं होगी जितने हमारे बच्चे पढ़ रहे हैं स्कूलों में. So that is the way. It was a big challenge, but out of every challenge there is an opportunity. I want to share with all of you, India has moved 10 years ahead in education in these 9 months. The new education policy, whatever was to be achieved by 2030, you have achieved on 12th of January 2021. So that is the power, whatever you call it. It's a blessing in disguise, but we got to take it in a positive way. And with these words, ladies and gentlemen, I hand you over to Dr. Meenakshi ma'am, and then Shalini ma'am, and then Poonam ma'am, and चौथी मैम अगर वापस लौट आती हैं तो अब लौट चलें. चलिए आगे अब स्टार्ट करते हैं, and we take on the journey right from here. सबसे important चीज है एजुकेशन में, be happy, laughter. Education should be fun. Education should be happiness. Education should not be punishment. Education should not be completing syllabi, curriculum, pressures. इंस्पेक्शन टीम आ रही है, काजू तैयार करो, बादाम तैयार करो, कल ही वो लोग विजिट कर रहे हैं, कौन से कमरे में जाएंगे, एक कमरे में सारी टूटी कुर्सियां दबा दो, कोई जरूरत नहीं है, चेंज कर दो सब कुछ. अब बदल डालो, समाज को बदल डालो. That is the way we have to go, right? So ladies and gentlemen, with these words, I extend a very warm welcome to our principals, and we start this evening. And these are my 3 little sisters, and they're going to start the program now. And I extend them a very warm welcome, and let's go ahead. Please go ahead, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Gulshan. And we just try our level best to go by each and every word that you have just shared with all of us. And I would like to introduce myself, but before that, I would like to share one thing. We are what our thoughts make us. Our thoughts actually reflect our personality, and we become like that. And these are the words by Swami Vivekanand ji. Is his birthday today, and everywhere in each school, online, all the celebrations are being done. National Youth Festival and all, everything is being done. So many activities, quizzes, and all. The students are doing each and everything. So when we are talking about thoughts, what comes to into our mind is all about naturally values. What all values we just adopt and adapt to from our surroundings, from our family, from our society, from our friends, from our peer group. That's what we become. So this is the biggest learning, I would like to say, the challenges that we have faced throughout last year 2020 during this pandemic. What we have learned from this pandemic, I would like to say, just in one word, would like to sum up: adaptation. We have learned to adapt. So they just overnight there were so many changes. We become resilient. So this is what, whether it's education, whether it's family, whether it's society, everything, you see, we adapted to. We learned to live simply. We realized, like, if even we can spend our life with a few pairs of you see clothes, maybe some kind of, some little bit of something to eat, just we realize living is important, and for our survival we do not need so many you see lavish things and all. So we just, this is what they are, the basic learnings from this pandemic, and how we adapted to all these things in our school and everywhere. And certainly, because I am a firm believer, like, destiny is not a matter of chance, it is a matter of choice. It is not the thing to be waited for, but the thing to be achieved. And we all have achieved. We are still struggling for it. Life is a struggle, certainly. That's why we say, like, change is the only constant. Let's keep on changing ourselves. Let's keep on adopting and adapting to the new strategies in each and every field, be it home, be it society, be it school, everywhere, be it our relations also. With the passage of time, we need to make some changes in our relations as well. It's not like that we will be changing as a human being. It's like, certainly we need to, because if we're talking about today's generation, they need something else. When we were young, our parents were dealing with us in a different manner. Nowadays, our children's expectations, they are different. So how we dealt with this pandemic, just quickly, I've got a limited time, as Sarah has already allotted 6-7 minutes to each of us. Would quickly like to share with you all. So here, as I guess you will be able to see my screen. So here, I always believe, aspire to inspire. So we, I believe, like, what if I'm doing something, I'm trying to inspire somebody, first of all, there should be in my mind, like, I shall aspire to inspire. So if I wanted to do something in my life, I want to do, or maybe earlier I wanted to do, certainly I would like to do in future as well. With the help of all resources I have, all of my connections, I would be able to do. But when is a challenge? The challenge is when you have to lead your team, when you have to inspire others to do that needful. So here comes our challenge. So I would just like to introduce, here is my school, our learning abode, Shamford Futuristic K-12 School, Aurelia. And here is my team. So would like to introduce all my teachers with you. This is my team, our torch bearers. We together just got this work done, got this challenge accepted, turned this challenge into learning opportunities. I would like to say most of them from this, that you can see on the screen, they were not using this technology earlier. You can, all this who are visible on the screen, just one or two were there who were able to use the computers, being computer teachers. None of us even expected, like, we have to even someday we would be teaching through technology, but they all came forward. And I am, while being here in Gurugram, miles apart, have taught my teachers, enabled them, empowered them being in Oraya how to use technology. So they all were able to use the technology, and we made this teaching learning process feasible. Now, I'm talking about why technology. Yes, I do say there are a number of reasons. Technology, naturally, it is indeed the need of the hour. Okay. And when we are talking about digital India, we need to teach through technology. When we are talking about sustainable development goals, saving our and other resources and going to achieve this target by 2030, we need to start now, this moment. And as you can see, NEP 23.5, that chapter also talks about technology integration in education. And with proud, I would like to say we have started implementing NEP in our school. So here, as you can see, there are different portals that are being available for all of us. Diksha portal, eGranthalaya, Swayam, CBSE, NERT manuals, all different learning management systems. We started using all these different learning apps, digital tools, open-ended resource. That are open educational resources available. My teachers are using 30 plus, more than 30 open educational resources along with learning management system. So we are having best practices while I'm sharing with you daily online sessions with the teachers that we were not doing maybe earlier in our regular classes. That is actually the need of the hour. That is the learning from this pandemic, that we have to stay connected. Now, for that, we have provided desktops to our teachers because we could not force them to buy the desktop from outside. We could not force them to go for buying laptop and all. No, it becomes very difficult for anybody during this pandemic, when our family becomes a priority, when we look forward to savings and all. Okay, because anytime we may need some money for anything. So, and we also focused on reaching the unreached. What we did is we had flexible timings in our school, taking considering of the siblings. We are having like different flexible timetables as per the age groups, so that each and every child can attend to the classes. Being in the remote area, there are some students who are unable to get the smartphones, who are unable to get the internet facilities. For them, we are providing printed worksheets as well, and the teachers, they are guiding them through the telephone calls. They are able to connect during the evenings. 1 hour dedicated is being spent by all the teachers. Now we are focusing on art integrated learning as well. So as you can see on the screen, there are different sessions that we are organizing. This is the learning from this pandemic, as well as would like to say as initiated by NEP, National Education Policy. For art integration, we are doing various sessions: music as a teaching tool, drama as a teaching technique, tips and tricks for CBSE boards. As here on the left hand side down bottom, you will be able to see they are my SDG ambassadors. In my school, I have made 17 SDG ambassadors, or you may say the goalkeepers for 17 SDG goals. So they are helping me in achieving the goal. Now, here, each and every day has been celebrated as it is being initiated by CBSE, whether it's Hindi Divas. Recently also, you see, we have celebrated the International Hindi Divas. We celebrated this Hindi Divas and National Nutrition Week, Literati, Literati and Bite by Bite, the Nutrition Week. Virtual Sports Day was conducted. Inquiry-based learning is being facilitated in our school. As you can see, life skills for success in 21st century. That is exactly the need of the hour. What this pandemic taught us, what we learned from this pandemic. Number one, adaptation. We learned about equality, that we all are equal. We all are equal. Like COVID is not, you say, different for different persons. As if we are talking about maybe as per wealth, no. As per the religion, caste, no. We all are equal. We learned humanity. We learned, you see, there are so many organizations, so many people, they came forward to help others. Everywhere you could have seen, like so many organizations, they were coming up to lend a helping hand to others to help during this pandemic. So during this pandemic, we have even taken care of the students' need. We have started multiple intelligence-based co-scholastic activity clubs, 8 scholastic activity clubs. They were started based on the multiple intelligence skills in our school. Surtal, Tech Wizards, Shem, this is mock United Nations, musketeers, sci-fi musketeers, delicious delicacies, communicators, inquisitive minds, artistic hues, so that the children, they can participate as per their hobbies. They can participate in different activities. As I was just discussing in the initially talking about the CBSE affiliation, and we got the virtual affiliation done during this pandemic. This was a great exposure, something new for all of us, but we got the CBSE 12th class affiliation done. So we did this fitness fest was celebrated mile to smile, so that each and every child can take care of the fitness as well. We celebrated Grandparents Day, connection with our senior citizen, that is very important. Taking their blessings to move ahead is really very important. So we could celebrate this, and we could connect with the maternal as well as the paternal grandparents that could not have been feasible during you see physical classes. Maternal grandparents, they could not come from far away places, but we could do it. So our children took to various platforms. As you can see, they are sharing on Flipgrid their ideas and all. Those are the glimpses of Grandparents Day celebration. Now here it is, we started SDG Fest in our school on the occasion of SDG Day. Now here, the last slide that I am presenting over here, parents as the partners in the process of education. Obviously, they have been a great support for all of us during this pandemic. Assessments, fair assessments, honest assessment, I would like to say, no, would not have been feasible without their support. They were there as, you see, strong pillars for us to make this learning process feasible, this assessment feasible during this pandemic. And we are really very happy. We are really very thankful for this. So thank you, all of you. Thank you, sir, for this wonderful platform. And would like to end my presentation with just one quotation that I would always would like to say. Like, children, when they come to us like packets of seeds, and we do not know about their potential. What do they look like? What do they act like? But our job is like the gardener, to nourish them, to care for them. When a gardener plants something now, and the gardener knows like how much manure is required, how much water or anything is required. So without taking care of, without distinguishing, he just gives the best to each and every plant. This is what we are trying to do, and we will be keep on doing this process, following this throughout our lifetime. Thank you, Dr. Gulshan. Now I hand over to Shalini ma'am to share whatever her best practices, maybe whatever she would like to share about the challenges, the learning opportunities that she faced. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot, ma'am. Thank you. Very kind of you. Now, all the participants, I would request you, we need your suggestions also. Yes, you have been very active. You are writing your school's name. Let us see, because these 3 or 4 principals are only going to decide finally who has got the maximum score and who gets 1,000 rupees. It is not 1,000 rupees. It's basically a competitive spirit. And today is Swami Vivekananda's birthday. You can well imagine, I will share at the end my own personal story, and then you'll get the inspiration. What all is possible in life and how is it possible? We got to be just on the track, on the journey. So let's go to Shalini Bajaj ma'am, and with her, and Meenakshi ma'am, you didn't tell us where exactly, because I couldn't relate where your school is located and how many students you have got. That part we missed. I made a request that initially introduce your school. This NH2 Kanpur Road, I do not know where it is, because where exactly?
Yeah, actually, just in a line, I would like to say my school, Shamford Futuristic K-12 School, it is in Oraiya, Kanpur Road, Uttar Pradesh. And it's the upcoming school. There are very less students, 170 students till now in our school. We just started as upcoming school. And I belong to Gurugram. I work virtually during this pandemic.
So
Yeah.
how far, ma'am, it is From Gurugram to Uttar Pradesh, how much time does it
From
take?
Gurugram to Raya takes about more than 6 hours.
6 hours.
Yeah.
Ma'am, 6 hours?
Yes, 6 hours.
So I hope you're not having up and down on the road only.
No, actually, the thing is, we are working virtually by the time, and we right now everybody is working virtually. So this job even was offered to me during this pandemic virtually. So I am very happy that I could train all my staff to take the classes virtually. Yeah.
मिलॉर्ड ये पॉइंट नोट किया जाए कि डॉक्टर मीनाक्षी नरूला को ये जॉब पैंडेमिक के टाइम में मिला है, क्योंकि
Yes.
जनरली लोग कहते हैं जो कहूंगा सच के सिवा कुछ नहीं कहूंगा। तो मैडम ने बताया कि ये पैंडेमिक, सो हु सेज दैट वी हैव लॉस्ट द जॉब ड्यूरिंग पैंडेमिक? इफ यू डिजर्व यू गेट द जॉब ड्यूरिंग पैंडेमिक। एंड वी गो टू शालिनी मैम। यस।
Good afternoon. I'm Shalini Bajaj. Let me first thank ICSI and FlipLearn for inviting me on this Zoom session. And I'm the principal of the Maurya School. The Maurya School is located in Palam Vihar, Gurgaon, Haryana. And we have approximately 2,500 children. And we have approximately more than 150 teachers. So let me start. Now, the topic was lesson learned from the challenges that faced education system during pandemic. I'll not be only talking about this my school. I'll be talking generally. I'll be talking about the issues faced by our country also. So very rightly, Meenakshi ma'am said, life is very unpredictable, and we all have to adapt and adopt to whatever is required. So the need of the hour was to unlearn and relearn, because we were so used to having those traditional methods that adapting to a virtual school was difficult. From the beginning, when the lockdown started, this physical classrooms changed into virtual classroom. The first challenge was the parents were in the classroom, which had never happened. Everything used to happen behind closed doors. Here parents were observing, and we had to be perfect, and we were not prepared. So from there started, extensive workshops for our teachers. We had to train them. Everyday workshops happened. We had to make them tech savvy. Believe us, our is 100% smart board equipped school, but our teachers were really using smart boards. We just have to be after them to use it. It was rarely being used. Now it became a compulsion because they were under the scrutiny of the parents. Now, another thing, the lessons have to be interactive. They have to be interesting. They should be activity based, experiential learning. All the elements had to be there in the virtual school. So from there, our training started. The first point which I taught my teachers was, see, due to screen time, children will be listening you more, so you have to talk very clearly. You have to take care of, your vocals, speak clearly and slowly, so that the children can understand. The next thing which we did was, we started using resources. Whatever resources were available, we started developing resources. We made videos, we prepared PowerPoint presentations, and in addition to it, due to the screen time limitation, and which was forced upon us by the government, as well as it's not it was a problem. The screen time had to be limited. I asked my teachers to prepare podcasts and audio lessons so that children could listen to them, which could be shared with them. We also shared pre-recorded lessons with the children so that children could go through those lessons at their own convenience, in case if they missed out and in case if they feel screen time is too much. Now, reading material was also given to them with assignments. These were reading material and assignments were given before the lessons, so that they could read and come prepared, and then the discussion could happen in the class. So the class became very interactive. Otherwise, they'll switch off the camera and they probably will go somewhere you will not even come to know. So the class had to be discussion based. And then there was another thing, like they were asked to take up case studies, like they talked about what Dr. Wilson talked about, water conservation case studies, and then it was discussed. The children were asked to come up with ideas. So this was one thing. So it was all about innovation, creativity, and practical. Everything had to be practical. Next thing I would like to talk about, the next challenge was the exam. See, our education policy is all knowledge based. We are supposed to give them information and test their knowledge. Now, children are too smart. Whatever technology you use, they will cheat. And overnight, when we conducted the first exam, all of them turned into scholars. They used WhatsApp. They had a separate window on the laptop, or they opened their books. We just could not control. Even they fooled their parents also. Parent monitoring also did not work. So the second challenge we faced was that our assessments cannot be knowledge based. We have to move ahead. Bloom's taxonomy, it has to be comprehension, application, analysis, and all those things based. And for this, our teaching methodology has to change. We just cannot provide them information and try the application based give them application based questions. So here teachers changed into facilitators. They changed into facilitators of knowledge. So we have this new education policy, which is a wonderful thing. We have already implemented, most of it. If you really believe, at least public schools did. The ones, the serious one, they did. Now, next thing I want to talk about is, see, I was reading an article which talked about, the maximum number of children in a school go to government schools. Now, government school children, already there was a lot of gap between children who were going to government schools and the children coming to public school. This gap still further widened because a number of them went back to the villages. Plus, they did not have resources. They could not buy a device. Even the teacher training was not that effective for the government school teachers. We basically ensure that, our teachers were, trained well. They were forced to use, they were forced to equip themselves or upgrade themselves. This did not happen in government school. So I personally feel that the lessons we learned here from this pandemic was internet connectivity. Internet connectivity, a strong internet connectivity in each and every part of the country is must. Wherever the child is, he should be able to access. Plus, we basically give so many things, to the children. Daily meals are there, uniforms are there. We should have given them a device with app, having pre-recorded lessons and assessments. Next thing, TV and FM is there everywhere in villages. The lessons should have been broadcasted on TV and FM. The last thing, connection. The connection between the teacher and school is very important. The government school teachers should have compulsorily, they should have been made to remain connected with the children, because when you're connected, then only you can know if they're learning or not. So those gaps really required to be filled. And I'm sorry to say, 35% of the children only go to the public schools. Of these public schools also, there's I suppose 10 to 15% of public school did not provide online education. Only 25%, around 20 to 25% schools were providing online education. These are the children who actually learn something. Rest of them, I'm sorry to say, we missed out. And we already know that vaccine cannot be given to children below 18 years. So I don't know when this situation will become normal. There's a possibility with that new strain coming, we might have to delay opening of the school by one more academic session. Then what will happen? We just can't let go this precious time. We have already lost 1 year. We cannot lose another year. So quickly the government has to do something. We have to take care of our children, and all the children of our country should get equal opportunities, same kind of education and everything. Last, I want to talk about, mental, emotional, and physical health, which basically, the children are in their houses 24/7. So we really need to take care of that. We have to have extensive counseling sessions, workshops. We have to have more number of counselors. Plus, yoga has to be an integral part of our curriculum. With this, I end, and I'll request Poonam ma'am to take over.
Thank you very much. Very, very valuable inputs which we have got from you. I've got for both of you 2 questions. One question for Meenakshi ma'am and one for Shalini ma'am for the next round. Final round, you should be ready. Meenakshi ma'am, you mentioned along with other points somewhere that you have used music in a very creative way as a teaching tool. So I would be very keen in the next round, after I've finished with both of them, In the next round, you got to tell me. By that time, you be prepared. Take your time. If you want to go off the camera, discuss with your teachers, no problems. And be ready. I would like to be very keen, practical part, what exactly innovative way has been done. Now coming to Shalini ma'am, all the inputs which you have given, they're wonderful. They are remarkable. Each and every point as a good student I have taken down. If you want, I can rattle them out. I can tell you what all I have noted down. Parents were in the classroom, speak clearly and slowly. We started using all resources to the optimum utilization, whatever is available. Our assessment cannot be knowledge based. We got to be changing the pedagogy for that. Devices got to be provided with apps and with the pre-recorded programs, whatever can be done. And then, of course, TV and radio and FM, 35% children going to the public schools, then the mental, physical, and emotional health and yoga. These are the main points which you have covered in your entire analysis. Now, my question is, you have covered every aspect, whatsoever is need of the hour. Then you have to give me solution. What should be done? Because government knows about it. The TV channel has to be provided. Now, FM radio, it has to be provided. Device, it has to be provided. Now, we have to talk about solution today, ma'am. You have to tell me what exactly. See, one is I have an intention to help my younger sister, Shalini Bajaj, ma'am. One is my intention. But second is, irrespective, I don't know. I'm not bothered about intention. How I'm going to help my younger sister, Shalini Bajaj, ma'am, that is the way I got to work on. So you got to come out with one bright idea, maybe two bright ideas. You got to give me a practical way which I can talk to the Honorable Minister for Education and I can tell him, भाई ये तो कल से करना है आपको, ये तो आपको करना ही पड़ेगा, तभी हमारा ये काम बनेगा. Because then I've got another challenge which I'll share. Poonam ma'am, and thereafter hearty welcome to Indra Singh ma'am. आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है, आपका बहुत बहुत अभिनंदन है.
Thank you, sir.
May I request you, ma'am, because we missed you so much, kindly tell your teachers and your students to join and kindly tell them they should post the school name also, because there's a competition going on. And finally, it would be decided which school maximum teacher and maximum students have participated. Okay, Poonam ma'am.
Sure, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm very honored to be the part of this webinar. My all principals, Meenakshi and other ma'am, Mrs. Bajaj has already discussed whatever the challenges we have faced during this pandemic. Of course, as she has told Meenakshi, that adaptation is the most thing which we have learned during this pandemic. Adaptation, how adaptation means, we have to, first question comes afterwards, this was surviving, the survival. Survival was important even when I was going through this situation. I thought how my school will survive in this situation. How could I help my student? So survival became the most important thing, and survival make the two adopt the things which we don't like to do it. We used to tell to the children, don't use mobiles. We used to tell them, don't go for use so much media, social media, and not to be on internet. But right now, in such a situation, we were asking them to be put up on the same platform. Was a challenge for us, right? So it became a challenge for teachers, those who were not even technical savvy. They were so educated, so experienced, but I still remember most of the teachers, they cried even on the same day. Ma'am, I don't know how to use Zoom. I don't know how to use WhatsApp. But of course, as a family, first of all, was a challenge for me as a principal to integrate all my school once again on online platform. I did a training, as you people have told. We had lots of training during this, starting with the Zoom classes. We had gone and taken lots of resources. We have taken flip learn help as well, where teachers will get a ready-made resources, because sometimes teachers are not so well off to learn how to make the videos. So there are so many ready-made kind of resources. Diksha app, the CBSE has already given, we have adopted. So anything what you are talking about, we have also done the same thing. Then comes back.
Poonam, do you believe? I just want to ask all the principals. If you say yes, you can raise your hand. do you believe, Poonam ma'am, that all resources and all information is now available? It is
Yes,
we have to filter out and give it.
definitely.
No dearth of information. I come from a particular subject, and my life, my remaining life is not sufficient to read the complete contents. I am overloaded with the information. Do you agree on that?
I am completely agree to it,
Okay.
because the same thing we have seen, there were so many resources.
It's
This
only
is the
we got to
reason.
filter out the information.
Yes, we have generated a new lesson plans
Okay,
where I used to ask my teachers to show me the content first
great.
before delivering to the students.
Go ahead.
We
Go ahead.
having 20 minutes lesson plan where I don't want my children to be passive enough. So 20 minutes was the time to the teacher to explain the concept, and afterwards there was a question answer round. There
Hmm.
was the kind of Google form will be was used by the teacher, so the children will become more active during the class. They should not be passive enough. Otherwise, what was happening? They were not even answering what the teachers are teaching. Then I have told that create some competition in the class itself, create star of the class. So they used to ask questions afterwards while completing the concept, and the student was answering, and afterwards they were giving the star of the class, and we were appreciating on other platform, on websites and in the school. So that we have started with. So many challenges what they are talking about we have already faced. Then come part to the assessment. Assessment cannot be the simple enough as pen paper test. We have come with the objective type test, subjective, and viva as well. Another is open text assessment was also we have started with. Another assessment we have started with the 15 days assessment, fortnightly assessment. We were taking care of weekly assessment. We were taking care of their attendance. We were giving them the credit as in the higher education, like in colleges, they do consider credits. Before that, credit was only introduced into the higher education in a graduation level, but I introduced into my own school. So I was about to tell about my school as well. I am a principal of Guru Nanak Foundation Public School. It is situated in Sector 92, Mohali. It was founded in the year 1999, and we have 4 to 5 branches all over Punjab. School is a trust-based school, and I'm very happy that my management is not means it's such a management who is providing 100% salary this during pandemic as well to the teachers, even to the other staff members. That because they have supported even the school as well, and the same thing we are following even in the school, the students and the teachers, even some of the parents who were well off, they have paid even the fees of the children, those who were not able to. That was also happened. We had come here, we have taught. I just wanted to convey one message to the children, what we have learned it during this, because we have already learned what kind of things we have adopted and what we have done. I wanted to tell in this pandemic what we have learned as a school, as a principle, that if you have to survive, you have to be proactive. Secondly, you have to learn what you don't like, you have to do it, and what you don't like, you have to do it. Means you have to change your habits, and habit can be changed when you have a strong willpower. I hope I have to go with the timing as well.
Yes. Yes.
So at the end, I would say this pandemic given us lots of positive things. We
Okay.
have understood the importance of community, equality, and then how to survive was the most important lesson. So I would hand over this mic to Miss Indra Singh.
Okay.
Thank you very much for the opportunity once
Thank you.
again.
Thank you. Poonam ma'am, one question before I go to Indra ma'am. You told that you are located in Punjab somewhere. We
Sector
have a,
92
we have a
Mohali.
Punjabi Parvasi Divas tomorrow. Okay.
Yes.
And then you mentioned that there are 3, 4 schools separately, your organization. What is the name of your organization?
Guru Nanak Foundation is the trust,
Okay.
and it's been run by Dr. Inderjeet Singh, who been founded of Punjab Bank of Punjab.
Ah, okay, 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 okay.
Yes.
Yes, yes, Dr. Inderjeet Singh. Yes, 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 yes. I'm talking about 1994, that bank used to be there, correct?
Yes, he's been a director of Punjab and Sindh Bank as well.
Later on, it merged into, correct.
HDFC and then Century Bank.
And in 4 schools, how many students do you have?
I am having 1,000 in Patiala. It's around 3,000 students are there in Patiala.
Oh,
Jalandhar is a new school over there, around 400 students. One is in Delhi, just started by our creative director, Mahima Singh. So she is looking after this.
great. So on the average, about 5,000 students. Okay, Indra
Yes.
ma'am, hearty welcome to you. Pleasure to you. So I have come from Kanpur side to Palam Vihar to Mohali, Sector 90, if I remember correctly, because at this age, it's very difficult to remember everything. Indira ji, please just introduce yourself. Yes.
I'm Indira Singh from Jaipur, Vivek Techno School.
Jaipur.
And we are located in Jaipur.
Okay.
And we have 3 branches of our school in Nagaur and Bikaner, that's in Rajasthan.
Okay.
And the school is 5-year-old, and we started in 2016 with 3 branches. And one is totally in rural area, and we are in urban area, but we are working with the both kind of the students. So the challenges which came during the pandemic, it has made us learn a lot of the things, that how to handle the students in urban areas as well as rural areas, because we 3 principals, we were working virtually only. We were not allowed to go to the campus, so we started developing our own system, that how we are going to take care of the rural as well as urban students at the same time. So really it was challenging for us. But as it is today's Vivekanand birth anniversary 158th, and he has already said, if you keep yourself busy, you will succeed. Otherwise, without keeping yourself busy, you will become a lazy person. So definitely, if we are youth, we even at old age we should feel that we are the youth. And then we started in our school, change our total system of working, because we have to take a pre-primary student care, we have to take middle class school and the senior secondary school. So all the 3 timings, as already Meenakshi ma'am, Meenakshi Narula ma'am, Shalini Bajaj ma'am, and Poonam ma'am have said, we inculcated all those applications. Everything went on hit and trial in the month of April. We kept on giving the worksheets on the WhatsApp because it was easily handled by the parents. They were familiar with the tool of WhatsApp, how to download and how to take out the print. So, but gradually we started with the other facilities which came up as the options, Zoom, Google Meet, and the various platforms we used. But finally we stick to that. We cannot stick to one medium. We have to shift from WhatsApp to Google. All the tools were going side by side to make the system keep on running. And this was the practices which maximum school have done, that yes, if the child is not able to catch Google Meet, the child should get the same work at the WhatsApp. If he is not able to come with the WhatsApp, he should be sent through a text messages that these are the work we are doing over there. So we used all the device, all the systems, all the platforms, but it was a wonderful journey, and still continuing. I think next 1 more year, or slowly the education ministry give us the rule out the things, that we should not face the problem again. It should be 3-day virtual, 3-day physical school for the students. So we are now preparing for the future, that yes, how it is going to be there, the next academic session. If it comes to 3 days virtual and 3 days, what we say, physical, then how the timetable will be made, because the resources will be the same. Thus, every school could not take a, we cannot just pour in the staff to us. So we have a limited resource, that 150 teachers teaching the same classes with a different time schedule. So a lot of work has to be planned. So future we are planning now as being a Vivek Techno school. So we started with the things like how the small kids can be taken care. That was the main issue for the primary group of school. So we developed lots of worksheets, and it came a challenge again for the teachers, that when the students were studying, the mothers were sitting over there. So it took us the online PTMs, we went over there. that yes, first the parents should understand that what is the motto of the school, why Vivek Techno School is handling the student in this manner, or why the other schools are handling in this manner. So it was first parenting to be done, and we struck to the parents for the minimum 10 days in the evening, because during daytime everyone had an excuses of that we have to go to the offices, we cannot do it. So side by side every day we fixed a PTM, parent teacher meeting on the online apps, that yes, you make your parents understand the tools. So it took a time, but now yes, the pandemic has made us learn nothing is fixed, everything should keep on going. We should change ourselves as per the requirement. If we are not able to change, the survival of fittest cannot be done. So that's what we have done over there. And really, Meenakshi Nirula ma'am has whatever she gave her input during the whole this, that yes, we have to apply a good things, and we have to make that 35% of students who are not having the device, how to approach them. That is the one thing is concerned now we are going to face, that how we are going to take care of them. For that, my like you asked Shalini ma'am to give some suggestions. So I was thinking, because everyone has said something about the same issues what handled by us. So I'm what I'm planning now, the challenges which we have to face again, because again we are going to face a challenge, that how to start our academic year. Already the guidelines of the examination has shifted our academic calendar. So now we have to work with the written part of the student, because again reading and writing both are very important. Students have come to the screen timing we have to reduce now. So it will be a new time management for every principal, every school management, to give to their principals, that how the time management will be done now. So definitely whatever the material which is available on the Google, on the different platforms, it should be now scrutiny should be done on that, so that age group get a fixed amount of learning material. Otherwise what will happen, it all just coming to the core into one bucket, and finally the child will get a, we can't imagine that what kind of the child is going to be there after 5 years, because the generation which we are having right now, they are more smarter than us. So the we have to be now ahead of them. So my teachers, which I'm having a some of my teacher at the retirement age also. So even they are learning, Hindi teachers are learning how to come up with the this technology, because everyone have to go for bread and butter. Everyone has to go with their new Indian youth, which is going to come after next 10 years. That has to be very strong and mentally prepared, because Indian families already have so many of issues. This I think everyone will agree, the mothers are working, the fathers are moving out, the younger kid is also there, they are not a single child in every family. So how this gazette should reach from school to home, now the school has to define their budgets again, how they make their budgets to provide these devices to the parents. So they make their enrollment 100%, because currently the enrollment is coming only up to 35%, which I think everyone will agree. 35% enrollment in the classes day every day. It's not coming up to 100%. One or other issue comes over there, the connectivity. As Shalini ma'am said, connectivity is again one of the issue. So for that connectivity, we have to again, finally, like I always take an example, landline phones and the internet, both are totally different things. At a time, both has to go side by side. Once our mobile network is not there, we switch to the landline phones. Similarly, we have to take our the old practices as well as new technology. We have to add up over there to keep ourselves continuing over there. So the Vivek Techno School, and I think every school is working with the same manner.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Very, very valuable suggestions, very valuable inputs. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think all the four principals, they have given such a wonderful inputs to all of us. Our chamber, because we are dealing with NRIs, we have got members from 159 countries. You can well imagine how much information has poured in with so many webinars. And I have decided and I have dedicated my remaining life, my rest of the life, whatever I have got on this planet, I wish to contribute in a humble way whatsoever I can, and I have dedicated only to education empowerment. And that's why the backdrop, if you see over here, 3 words, keywords are there: making education relevant. Something very interesting which comes over here, something I share common with Shalini ma'am, because she's in Palam Vihar and I studied in Palam village, that is Palam Gaon, which now has been converted and disappeared almost over there in Dwarka. It merged and submerged. द्वारका में कृष्ण जी के पहले भी कुछ समा गया था, अब भी समा गया, पालम गांव, पालम कॉलोनी सब समा गया. So when I look at that, I want to take 2 minutes so that then I'll go to the next point and we will wind up after taking the views of everybody on that point. First of all, it's very important, and we all got to understand this morning why I told that our chamber is dealing with NRIs. Why I mentioned this, there was an importance, and that was necessary. I get up in the morning at Brahma Muhurat 3:45 and I sleep at 9:15, 9:30. And 3:45 when I get up, you'll say, because the old people, they get up quite early, they don't get proper sleep and all. That's why they disturb others also. It's not that way. If there is a cricket match in Australia, you will get up in the morning at 4 o'clock. Is it or not? So
Yeah.
I get up because my first webinar is with New Zealand and Australia, which is at 10 o'clock local time over there in the morning. And I got to prepare and I got to be ready for that. And thereafter we come to ASEAN, then we go to Middle East, then we go to Central Asia, then we go to Europe, then we come to India. And after this, I have got 2 more webinars still lined up. One webinar is at 5 p.m. Indian Standard Time in India, when it will be about 7:30 here in Singapore. And then I've got another webinar at 7 p.m. when it will be 9:30 after my early dinner. But that's a special program which has come and I could not refuse because I want to learn. Our desire inside for the child to learn is very important. Very, very important. If you want to learn something, but now there are few challenges. इससे पहले जो वेबिनार हुआ उसमें बहुत challenges थे. that gentleman gave so many challenges and so many things for the younger generation. Early morning, what was the webinar? We say the teachers are going to be now facilitators and all. So they were very sensitive points. And I was learning and I was picking up so many threads. Now, ladies and gentlemen, all the teachers and all the students and those are here in this webinar, what is the purpose of education? What is the purpose of education? That is my first question which I have to answer to myself. And when I say purpose of education, if I take it, there's an economic purpose, there's a social purpose, there's a cultural purpose, and there's a personal purpose. Because there is a YouTube, you must see Sir Ken Robinson. And when you'll go through Sir Ken Robinson, you will find things over there where it is given that there are 4 purposes of education: economic, cultural, social, and personal. Okay, great. Let's move to the second stage. When I talk about economic purpose, it means either you get employed or you get self-employed. Either you go for startup or you go for entrepreneurship or you go for some economic activity. Every parent is interested in thereafter their children blood. If you do not get this marks, if you do not score this percentage, you will not get admission. You will have lots of problems. I will not be able to get you in that competition and all. In my times, parents were feeling shy. In my times, parents used to feel shy. अगर किसी को ये कहना पड़े कि मेरा बच्चा ट्यूशन लेता है, आज पेरेंट्स आर प्राउड ऑफ इट व्हेन दे से अभी एक कोचिंग खत्म करके आया, दूसरी कोचिंग के लिए जा रहा है, उधर से खत्म करके आएगा, फिर मैं इसको कोटा भेज रहा हूं और फिर मैं इसको ये कोचिंग करा रहा हूं. I don't know. It's anyway. I got to go with the times and I got to take the leapfrog and I got to move on. Now, ladies and gentlemen, first is the purpose of education. Secondly, does subject and does percentage really matter? Does percentage and does marks and subject really matter? Okay. I will take you back somewhere in 1968-67. There used to be 11th class. Now there is 12th. It used to be higher secondary. I'm a third class higher secondary student, the last bencher in my school. The only one quality I had, the only one activity. I was very poor in studies, but I was very good at communication skills. Anybody coming, any VIP coming to that school, Gulshan Sharma got to get up and got to introduce the visitor and the dignitary and arranging the cultural program and everything. And that gave me some kind of a basic qualities. But subjects, 34% mark, and I passed with that. I hated studies. I never wanted to study because I realized it is not that everybody has to be good in studies. There are so many other things. You can be good in skills. Yesterday, I had a webinar in the morning. Mother and daughter, they had come. They're classical dancers. They had blown my mind. And they told me there is something beyond music also, and that is called dance. And when they told me classical dance, oh my God, they gave me 43 skills which you can develop when you have a dancing skill, and particularly Indian Bharatanatyam classical skills. How your eyes, your hands, your coordination, your movement, your leadership, your vascular system, your body system, your nervous system. So many things they gave it to me yesterday. And I was convinced at the end that yes, if it's raining outside and I'm not able to go for the morning walk, it's better to dance in the room because you can increase your metabolism and you can you can pep up yourself in a beautiful way. I got convinced yesterday. It was a great learning. Second part, when I got 34% marks from Palam Gaon, Palam village, I decided I'm never going to touch books in my life. And thank God मैंने 11वीं कर ली. अब मुझे कुछ ऐसा काम करना है कि जहां मुझे पढ़ना ना पड़े. एक दोस्त की किताबें पढ़ी, उसकी किताबें पढ़ के I worked very hard and I got commissioned into the Indian Army. And I went into the training. Army की 4 साल की training होती है. You get your graduation from the Indian Army. And thereafter I became a commissioned officer after 4 years when they chiseled me and they polished me and they made me altogether different. जो इंसान अपनी जिंदगी में एक शब्द अंग्रेजी का नहीं बोल सकता था, वो अब किसी को अंग्रेजी बोलने नहीं देता था. And that was the kind of thing. There's a declamation, there's a debate, and there is a competition at the end. And if you win that, you get award in the Indian Military Academy. You get only 3 minutes. I got the best declamation award for 3 minutes coming from Palam village school with 34% marks. Moving to the next stage. I took a pledge. कभी किताबें नहीं देखूंगा, कभी नहीं पढ़ूंगा. अब मुझे नहीं पढ़ना है. फौज ने मुझे ग्रेजुएशन की डिग्री दे दी. I will retire from here only. I'm the happiest child on this planet. But destiny has got different thing in storage. Why I'm sharing this example? Some of us, we have come willingly into this profession to become teacher. But most of us, we have come circumstantially in this profession. We never wanted to be a teacher because there was no other profession available. So we thought, why not to become teacher? So now I'm coming to personal example, why I shared. With 8.5 years of service, in one of the ambush, casualty, 11 people, 9 died, 2 survived. Medical category down, you cannot go beyond major. Now, full stop, your all dreams, they shatter. But if you are a man, how your dreams can shatter? You got to get up and you got to do something. 8 months when you're looking at one wall, एक ही दीवार में, एक ही होल में, एक ही जगह पर 8 महीने अगर आप देख रहे हो तो आप एक सवाल पूछते हो, आप कौन हो, आप कहां से आए हो, आप क्या कर रहे हो, आपके साथ ऐसा क्यों हुआ? तो फिर एक सवाल आता है, तुम्हारे साथ नहीं होना था तो किसका एड्रेस दोगे, किसके साथ होना था? तो उसके बाद आप खड़े होते हो और फिर आप कहते हो अब कुछ तो करना है. And thereafter you get 5 years as a military attaché, you get posted and you go abroad. 2 years you take up an exam for your masters and you stand second in the university. And when you stand second in the university, they give you scholarship to do your PhD. Do your PhD, come back to India, and thereafter clear the UPSC, and you go on deputation from the Indian Army to the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, drafting the national policy for tourism. So, 33%, पालम गांव का स्कूल, रूरल रस्टिक इंटीरियर्स, जहां पर कुछ भी कोई सुविधा नहीं, टाट पे बैठना, आर्मी के कमीशन, और वहां से आप पीएचडी लेकर मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ टूरिज्म में यू पिंच योरसेल्फ एंड यू से इज इट हैपनिंग। और पहले दिन जब आपको बिजनेस क्लास की टिकट मिलती है एंड यू आर गोइंग टू यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स एंड यू आर सिटिंग एंड यू आर फ्लाइंग ऑन 35,000 feet height, that day you talk to yourself, is it possible, is it possible, is it possible? And thereafter the turning point comes. You set up India's first National Institute for Tourism for the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, where people are going to take education. And secondly, you draft the first MBA tourism curriculum content syllabi program, and you launch in 47 universities. एक आग अंदर से, और वो आग तड़प ऐसी कि या तो कुछ ऐसा हो कि ये जिंदगी ही ना रहे, और जिंदगी रहे तो कुछ ऐसा हो जैसा पहले कभी ना हुआ हो। 119 countries you travel, and it makes you more humble. You teach in America, you teach in Canada, you teach in Australia, you teach in New Zealand. You go on 2 months teaching, और जो पैसा वहां कमाते उसके बाद आप स्टूडेंट बनो, and you join the classes to become a motivational speaker. You join Anthony Robbins, you join Brian Tracy, Jim Rohn, Les Brown, and you listen to all of them. और फिर आप खुदा से कहते हो, खुदा अगर ये कर सकते हैं तो मैं क्यों नहीं कर सकता। आज इस वेबिनार के माध्यम से मैं सारे टीचर्स को, जितने भी टीचर्स इस प्रोग्राम में जुड़े हैं और जितने भी बच्चे आज इस प्रोग्राम में जुड़े हैं, सबसे पहले आज एक चीज समझ लीजिए, somebody's opinion about you need not to be the reality of your life. Someone's opinion about you need not to be the reality of your life. Your principal might be scolding you that you are not a good teacher, you are not doing your job and all. Keep persistence. अपने काम में लगे रहो, शिद्दत से काम करो, आज नहीं तो कल मंजिल मिलेगी। कोई भी बच्चा जो पढ़ाई में अच्छा नहीं है, किसी और चीज में अच्छा हो सकता है। जरूरी नहीं है कि सबको ग्रेजुएशन और मास्टर और पीएचडी करना है, कोई जरूरी नहीं है, लेकिन जो करो उसको इतनी शिद्दत से और इतने प्यार से और इतने मन से करो कि तुम्हारे मुकाबले का वर्ल्ड में कोई नहीं होना चाहिए। I've taken a pledge that my remaining life at the age of 72, my energy is that of 20-year-old boy. Just 20-year-old boy. That fire which is within me, you can make out from my voice. I'm just 20 years old and I want to feel it that way because I enjoy every moment of learning, not teaching, learning. और आज की सुबह जो ऑस्ट्रेलिया का पहला वेबिनार हुआ और जहां पर पॉलिसी मेकर आज आए और उन्होंने आज अपने प्रोग्राम में एक नई टर्म यूज करी और मैंने उनसे कहा ये जो एक नई टर्म आ रही है एजुकेशन में पोस्ट कोविड कि नाउ टीचर्स विल बी फैसिलिटेटर, ये क्या वर्ड है? व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय फैसिलिटेटर? बच्चों को तो फैसिलिटेशन नहीं चाहिए, बच्चों को तो टेक्नोलॉजी का सब कुछ पता है, बच्चों को तो एप्स का भी पता है, बच्चों को तो सारी चीजों का पता है, तो क्या देंगे हम बच्चों को क्या देंगे? आप मुझे वो बताइए। And right from Australia early in the morning, he discussed with me at 9 o'clock. He told the new term in education is coming, co-learner. It is not a facilitator. It's going to be the term called co-learner. It has been adopted in America and it has been adopted in Australia. So the new term which is going to be, we are going to be now co-learner. Okay. फिर मैंने उसको बोला, what is co-learner यार? ये क्या टर्म है तुम मुझे बता रहे हो, मुझे समझाओ तो सही। He told इसके 6 डेरिवेटिव्स हैं। मैंने कहा बताइए डेरिवेटिव्स क्या हैं 6? कहता है को प्लानर, को थिंकर, को डिलीवरर, को डिजाइनर, को रिफ्लेक्टर एंड को इवैल्युएटर। That is going to be the future. He says जो बेंच टाइप एजुकेशन बनी थी वो सुपरवाइजर के लिए बनी थी, फैक्ट्री के लिए बनी थी, जहां पर सामने बेंच थे और एक ब्लैक बोर्ड पर एक टीचर पढ़ाता था, क्योंकि अटेंडेंस लेनी थी, कितने वर्कर आए, क्या प्रोडक्ट हुआ, फैक्ट्री का क्या प्रोडक्शन है। वही फैक्ट्री का मॉडल मैकॉले ने, बेड़ा गर्क हो उसका, उसकी ग्रेवयार्ड में भी उस सत्यानाश हो उस आदमी का, उस आदमी ने इंडिया के एजुकेशन सिस्टम का सत्यानाश कर दिया। एंड द एंटायर एजुकेशन सिस्टम, क्योंकि उसने जाकर 1835 में ब्रिटिश की पार्लियामेंट में कहा, अगर अमेरिका पे, अगर इंडिया पर रूल करना है, अगर इंडिया पे राज करना है, तो सबसे पहले इनकी एजुकेशन की सिस्टम को डिस्ट्रॉय करो, इनके टीचर्स को डिस्ट्रॉय करो, इनकी पूरी शिक्षा प्रणाली को डिस्ट्रॉय करो। अब मेरे कुछ एक सवाल हैं आप लोगों से, आप लोग जाने से पहले मुझे उन सवालों का अगर जवाब दे सकें, अब भी दे सकते हैं, बाद में भी दे सकते हैं। हम 12वीं तक एक तरीके की एजुकेशन सिस्टम क्यों नहीं कर देते? हम अलग अलग सिलेबाई क्यों रख रहे हैं? हम इतने सारे बोर्ड्स क्यों रख रहे हैं? हम 12वीं क्लास तक एक ही तरह का करिकुलम क्यों नहीं देते? और उसके बाद जरूरी नहीं है कि हर बच्चा ग्रेजुएशन में जाए, जरूरी नहीं है कि हर बच्चा मास्टर और पीएचडी करे। जिसका जो पोटेंशियल होगा, जिसकी जो क्षमता होगी, जिसकी जो स्किल होगी, और स्किल के आगे एक और नया वर्ड आ गया है, कॉम्पिटेंसी, और कॉम्पिटेंसी के आगे एक और नया वर्ड आ गया है, कैपेबिलिटी। स्टार्ट यूजिंग द वर्ड्स नाउ, डोंट यूज दैट acquire skills, no, acquire competencies. When you'll go to the competencies, you will come to know what is the difference between skill and competencies. And when you go to capabilities, you will come to know what is the difference between skill, competency and capabilities. ये मेरे शब्द नहीं हैं, मैं आप ही जैसे विद्वानों से रोजाना बहुत कुछ सीखता हूं, जानता हूं, और तकरीबन 25 के करीब वक्ता रोज मिल रहे हैं। 25 educators are meeting me every day. I'm the most humble student on this planet, and I want to learn from all of you. Now the last question. एक तो पहले आप लोगों ने डिसाइड करना है कि किस स्कूल के मैक्सिमम बच्चे और टीचर ज्वाइन किए हैं। आप लोग ही डिसाइड करेंगे, क्योंकि मैं तो नहीं करूंगा। आप बताएंगे अपने आप ही, जो कहूंगी सच के सिवा कुछ नहीं कहूंगी। इस स्कूल के मैक्सिमम टीचर और मैक्सिमम बच्चों ने ज्वाइन किया, अपने आप ही डिसाइड कीजिएगा। सो आई विल ट्रांसफर 1000 रुपीज टू दैट स्कूल इमीडिएटली। अभी भी टाइम है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, जब तक मैं क्लोज करूंगा। टुडे मैंने आज सब सरहदें क्रॉस कर दी। दिस चैनल क्लोजेज एट 4 o'clock and thereafter I go to Central Asia. But today I do not know emotionally what has happened. I thought 4 sisters of mine have come, so I must talk to them a little longer, and I close this session in next 9 minutes, because I got to give them a minute or two each so that they can say their say. Okay, now my question is, Meenakshi ma'am, you will talk about your music part.
Yeah.
शालिनी मैम ने मुझे सजेशन देना है कि हमने सब कुछ ट्राई कर लिया, तो कुछ ऐसा क्या ट्राई करें कि जिससे आगे एक्चुअल प्रैक्टिकल वे में एजुकेशन को एम्पावर करें। फिर मैं पूनम मैम के पास आऊंगा कि पूनम मैम एक बात बताइए कि अभी बच्चों की पॉकेट मनी भी खत्म हो रही है, माता पिता के भी चैलेंजेस हैं, बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, डिफिकल्टीज हैं। हम शहरों के हिसाब से ना देखें, हम गांव के हिसाब से और इंटीरियर्स के हिसाब से देखें कि उन बच्चों को भी पॉकेट मनी चाहिए, उनके माता पिता के पास भी शायद एक ही डिवाइस होगा। उन सारी चीजों का मैं लेकर चलता हूं। मैंने कोशिश की कि मैं सोशल मीडिया से, इस प्लेटफॉर्म से बच्चों को कुछ दे पाऊं। बच्चे तब भी कुछ नहीं सीखना चाहते। अब आ गया मैं इंदिरा मैम के पास। सबसे मुश्किल सवाल, सवाई माधोपुर एंड सवाई मानसिंह, राजा मानसिंह के पास जंतर मंतर और पिंक सिटी में घुस गया मैं। इंदिरा मैम, अब मैं आपका सवाल भी बड़ा मुश्किल होगा, इसका जवाब आपको देना होगा। आजकल बच्चे एक्चुअल हार्डवर्क नहीं करना चाहते, वो मेहनत नहीं करना चाहते, वो इंस्टेंट ग्रेटिफिकेशन चाहते हैं, वो इंस्टेंट रिवॉर्ड देना चाहते हैं। शालिनी मैम अपने बच्चे को ये कहेंगी कि तुम मार्केट से ये लेके आ जाओ, वो कहेगा मम्मा आपको ये चाहिए ना, ये मैं आपको यही बैठे बैठे अभी मैं मंगवा देता हूं अमेजोन से, आप मेरे को मार्केट क्यों भेजना चाहती हैं? माई ग्रैंड चाइल्ड who is who is in 3rd standard and who is going to one of the convent schools, and he asked me, he says, नानू ये मुझे एक बात बताओ, क्वेश्चन बड़ा मुश्किल है और बड़ा डिफिकल्ट है, बड़ा इम्पोलाइट है, लेकिन मुझे पूछना पड़ेगा, मैं क्रूड लैंग्वेज यूज नहीं करूंगा तो नहीं समझ आएगा। उसका सवाल था, नानू मुझे एक बात समझ नहीं आती है, पॉटी करने क्यों जाना पड़ता है? क्योंकि मेरे को उसके लिए वॉक करके टॉयलेट तक जाना पड़ता है। कैन देयर बी अ सिस्टम दैट आई नीड नॉट टू गो फॉर द पॉटी टू द टॉयलेट? If that is the thought process of the third standard child, where the world is going, और बच्चों को गैजेट दे दो, उनके हाथ में मोबाइल फोन दे दो, ना वो खाना मांगेंगे, ना वो रोएंगे, ना आपको तकलीफ देंगे, ना घर में महसूस होगा कि कोई छोटा प्राणी है कि नहीं है। Where the world is going, these are the 4 difficult challenges and different challenges. Let's start with Meenakshi ma'am.
Yeah, sir, very well said. And even I would like, I do not have any words to say. It was a great learning for even all of us, I must say, on this today's platform. Like, well said, the co-learners. We are indeed the co-learners. We are devising the new strategies as per the requirement of the students. As and when, like, we see, obviously, if I'm talking about when we were young, when we were in schools, we were not aware about this multiple intelligences and all. Nobody learned about it. Nobody was bothering about it. Nowadays, when we are talking about multiple intelligences, every child has a different concept to adapt and adopt to learn by that method. As I'm talking about music as a learning tool, I would like to say the more senses we involve in teaching learning process, be it a teacher or maybe it's a co-learner, okay, and the students, okay, the more senses we involve, the better the learning process is. Now, during our childhood, we started with A, B, C, D, singing A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Still we remember. Whether 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, maybe Punjabi mein the children say do duni 4, do tiye 6. They just sing it and they remember it forever. So we just devised new methodologies of teaching. We just integrated music into our curriculum so that the students, number one, we can engage them, we can enhance collaboration, all the 21st century skills. We can talk about communication, obviously when they will become vocal, when they will be speaking. It's not about how melodious they are, it's about their engagement, it's about collaboration, it's about understanding and involving them. So just I would like to say, just listen to it. It will just won't take much time. I haven't learned the water cycle in this manner. Had I been given the opportunity to learn this manner, maybe I would have retained for a longer period of time. This is what my teachers, my team, we are even asking our students to make their own songs. When we are talking about various learning techniques, they are devising their own mnemonics. They are making their own concept maps. They are creating their own drama and all, art integration, what not. So this is our, you see, a humble effort to make the students engage in this learning process. And this, obviously, I would like to say, facilitate the learning process, not being a teacher as a sage on the stage, but obviously a guide on the side. And now onwards, I promise I would be using the new term teachers as a co-learners. Thank you.
Okay, Dr. Meenakshi ma'am, I will make a request to you. Today is 12th of January, Swami Vivekanand ji's birthday. We give you 30 days. We give you 30 days. We'll have a special program for your school. We will invite you. We will give you the audience. We'll give you the global audience. आप म्यूजिक के थ्रू एजुकेशन को कैसे एम्पावर किया जा सकता है, इसके ऊपर 1 घंटे का अपना प्रोग्राम बनाकर लेकर आइए.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity.
How music can empower the education ecosystem. आज से 1 महीने के बाद आप आइए. We will give you the global audience. आज 12 तारीख है और 12 फरवरी को, ठीक है, आप इसका प्लान कीजिए. 1 मंथ के बाद we'll hold a special program with you. But मेरे को एक ही रिक्वेस्ट करना होगा आपको हाथ जोड़ के. आई एम नॉट फ्रॉम एनी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी, लेकिन भारतीयता का म्यूजिक लेके आइए, अपनी संस्कृति का म्यूजिक लेके आइए.
Certainly, sir. That was just an example. Obviously.
मेरा रिक्वेस्ट है, सिर्फ मतलब हमारे आप तमिल लाइए, तेलुगु लाइए, कन्नड़ लाइए, पंजाबी लाइए, आप हिंदी लाइए, आप मराठी लाइए,
हिंदी पंजाबी आती है,
जो मर्जी लेके आइए. मैं आजकल कन्नड़ सॉन्ग सीख रहा हूँ. मैंने अभी थोड़े दिन पहले मलयालम सॉन्ग किसी प्रिंसिपल से सीखा है. I want to learn maximum things whatever is possible. So the thing is, 1 महीने के बाद आपका कार्यक्रम रखेंगे. You coordinate and we will and Divyalal ma'am is a very dynamic woman. We will get her also on that day. We will plan it out. Shalini ma'am, अब मैं आपके पास आता हूँ आपसे सवाल. Yes, please go ahead.
सर आपने मेरे से बहुत मुश्किल सवाल पूछा है, लेकिन you know this is something which I voiced before also about the plight of the government schools and the children. So these are something which I've not thought about it right now. This is something which I have suggested on various platforms also. One thing I personally feel is कि हमारे जितने भी MNCs हैं इनके CSR projects होते हैं. एक तो गवर्नमेंट स्कूल इनको CSR projects की तरह दे दो. क्या आप ये CSR प्रोजेक्ट्स करते हो जो NGOs को पैसे देते हो, which again is an eye wash. So there has to be accountability. They should work for the education sector. They're supposed to adopt 10, 15, 20, whatever is the amount of money they're supposed to devote to. They're supposed to give it to this for the CSR project. Second, अगर जहाँ से पर गवर्नमेंट आ जाती है ना, वहाँ काम नहीं होता. ऐसा क्यों है कि ऐसा तो नहीं है कि गवर्नमेंट स्कूल के टीचर्स आर नॉट एजुकेटेड या पब्लिक स्कूल्स के टीचर्स हैव बेटर एजुकेशन. जहाँ भी गवर्नमेंट आ जाती है, जहाँ भी परमानेंसी आ जाती है, जहाँ भी परमानेंट जॉब्स आ जाती है, वहीं प्रॉब्लम हो जाती है. एक तो गवर्नमेंट जॉब्स में ना टीचर्स जॉब में से ये जो परमानेंट जो एक पोस्ट है ना, वो हट जानी चाहिए. And there has to be autonomous body which basically takes care of this education system. No interference of government. Educationists should be there in that organization, and they should be the one who should be taking care of the education system. And I personally feel once our education system improves,
the country will improve.
Yeah.
The whole system, ecosystem will improve. God bless you. Thank you very much. अभी हम आ जाते हैं पूनम मैम के पास, मोहाली में, सेक्टर 90 में. Yes.
Sir, आपका क्वेश्चन था कि when children are having resources and still they don't use it.
हाँ, मैं तो उन बच्चों को ये कह रहा था, अपनी पॉकेट मनी के लिए सोशल मीडिया से कैसे पैसे कमा सकते हैं आप, उसके लिए बच्चे उसके लिए भी रेडी नहीं है. कहते हैं नहीं अंकल, इसमें बहुत मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी, क्या करना है हमको, ऐसे नहीं, कुछ नहीं करना. They want to chat, they want to live in a platonic world, they want to live in artificial world, not living with the reality of life.
The reason I believe sometimes parents is a basic reason. Somewhere we are doing over parenting. I believe so. Because why we are not able to make them what is their need and how they have to generate the funds for it. Like in a foreign countries, the children do learn how to earn it. For example, through the social media also they're quite activate. Somewhere, I think,
बट उसमें तो शालिनी मैम ने अभी कहा था सबसे पहला ओपनिंग सेंटेंस कि पेरेंट्स को सबसे लाके आगे खड़ा कर दिया गया है इस पैंडेमिक में, बिकॉज नाउ parents are also accountable in education ecosystem.
So that is there. Parents has to be the part of it. That's what I'm saying कि अभी nuclear family system आ गया. पहले there was other system where joint family was there. They were learning many more values through grandparents as well. Right now, these nuclear families are there. If you could go into the foreign, they would have, there's so many clubs, parenting, where they're teaching the children how they have to look after themselves. Here, what is the problem over in India? We have Indian culture as well as foreign culture itself, all together. So we are not into a particular one culture.
उसमें problem आ रहा है mix. अच्छा, okay. You're finding a difficulty over there. What to adopt, what not to adopt. Okay.
Yeah, that is.
And I personally feel parenting is a full-time job. बिकॉज सिर्फ बच्चों को संसार में लाना ही नहीं है, उनको सुबह 8 बजे आप एटीएम में डिपॉजिट कर जाओ स्कूल में, और शाम को उनको क्रच से विड्रॉ कर लो अगले एटीएम से, तो दैट इज नॉट पॉसिबल, दैट इज नॉट गोइंग टू बी फिजिबल। लेकिन करें क्या? दोनों हस्बैंड वाइफ जब तक काम नहीं करेंगे शहर में रह नहीं सकते। क्या करेंगे आप उसका प्रैक्टिकल सोल्यूशन। अब वो क्या होता था, ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स होते थे, न्यूक्लियर फैमिली नहीं थी, जॉइंट फैमिली थी, अब वो तो मेरे को प्रैक्टिकल
again it comes to the responsibility of the school where we have to generate of course now everything comes back again to the school. So school has to create such a community where the mentors should be the teachers somewhere to a child if the parents are not able to do it.
Okay.
And moreover, what I believe, even I went today into my class of the 9 to 12, those who are physically coming to school, there were the children, what teacher was saying they're below average and average. I have told them to make them self-realized about their potentials.
Okay.
Suddenly, the day when you are making them what is actually, I have told them, do you like them? Some teacher calls you average. They said, no, we don't like if somebody calls average. But then what stops you to be the better, to be the best? Then said themselves.
Okay.
Same thing means we have to self-realize to the society right now where they do stand, what value to be adopted. As you have told before that education in 1835, but the policy being written is broken, even the backbone of the education in India. So same we have to come back to our values where we have to realize and to make children realize about it. And certain things, as you have told, that they don't like to do it, we have to make them what is called discipline, what is right, what they feel like. For example, I've told a story of Hanumanji today in the morning. I've told, have you heard the story of Hanumana? How did he cross this sea and reach to the Lanka? They said how. I said somebody realized them about their potentials.
Okay.
And then they have, and suddenly he realized he has those potentials. Same way teachers, principals, the school should realize the children about their potentials, and I believe they will definitely work according to our tunes, or maybe the goal what we all are looking at, that they have to be self-realized soul, self-realized to achieve to the goals as well.
Okay, thank you, Poonam ma'am. Indra ma'am, last point from your side, from Jaipur, from the Pink City. Please go ahead.
सर, आपका सवाल था कि आज के बच्चे इतनी जल्दी में क्यों हैं, इतनी तीव्र गति से क्यों चल रहे हैं,
और उनको
उसका
चाहिए,
परिणाम बहुत जल्दी चाहिए. This is all what I feel is the system which has gone in last 20 years. हम सबको एक रिजल्ट पाने की बहुत जल्दी है, हमें सब्र खत्म होता जा रहा है, हमें धैर्य नहीं है, और ये धैर्य और सब्र इसीलिए नहीं है क्योंकि हम उस वक्त की कीमत नहीं समझ पा रहे हैं. हमें परिणाम बहुत जल्दी चाहिए, उस परिणामों को जल्दी पाने में हम एज ए पेरेंट सबसे ज्यादा जल्दी कर रहे हैं. हम जो जनरेशन 90s और 80s की गई, इसको परिणाम की बहुत जल्दी आदत है कि परिणाम बहुत जल्दी चाहिए, वही हम अपने बच्चों में दे रहे हैं. तो हमारी जो शिक्षा है उसमें सबसे पहले वैल्यू बहुत जरूरी हो गए हैं आज की तारीख में ऐड करना, ताकि बच्चे इन दो शब्दों का मतलब समझें, एक धैर्य और एक सब्र, और धैर्य और सब्र के साथ ही वो आगे बढ़ पाएगा. जैसे आपके एक छोटे से पोते ने पूछा कि मैं ये काम कम समय में और वहां तक जाए बिना क्यों नहीं कर सकता, उसका जवाब यही होगा, बेटा जिस तरह से आपको मोबाइल ऑन करने के लिए उसका स्विच ऑन बटन दबाना पड़ता है, वैसे ही बॉडी को चलते रहने के लिए, नई ऊर्जा के लिए आपको रोज एक पिज्जा बर्गर मिलता है, और वो लाने के लिए ही आपकी बॉडी को रिसाइकिल करनी पड़ती है. तो आप जब तक इसको स्लो प्रोसेस को रिसाइकलिंग नहीं करोगे सब्र के साथ में और धैर्य के साथ में, या अपनी जिंदगी को आगे नहीं बढ़ाओगे, तो आप नहीं हो पाओगे. हमें अपने बच्चों को पहले परिणाम ना करने की, रिजल्ट के बारे में मत सोचिए, आप काम को किस तरीके से करते हैं वही काम बहुत अच्छे से. ये हमारे स्टूडेंट्स में भी होना चाहिए, ये हमारे माता पिताओं में भी होना चाहिए कि परिणाम की इच्छा ना करते हुए सिर्फ अपने काम को शालीनता से आगे करते जाएं. यही मेरा कहना है आज के सभी शिक्षा जगत के व्यक्तियों से.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. It was such a wonderful deliberations. जो लोग आप में से फॉरेन के एक्सपर्ट्स को सुनना चाहते हैं, कल मॉर्निंग के अंदर आप 9 o'clock inaugural session में ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं, because it is on the YouTube and you will get the various perspectives in education, what exactly is happening world over and how they are going to adapt to the new pedagogies or andragogies or new normal, what is going to be the world order. So 9 बजे से 10 बजे तक कल सुबह मॉर्निंग में इनॉग्रल है. You can join over there. It would be a pleasure. You can come on GS Motivator. And it was indeed such a pleasure to have all four of you. And it was a great learning for me to learn so much from all of you. So finally, I think somebody has to take a lead and to tell me which school got maximum participation. You got to decide. If you have seen already, you all have got, I have posted already my number also over there. You can see later yourself which school got maximum participation. अभी भी मेरे पास 20 मिनट है कि अगला प्रोग्राम भारत के समय के हिसाब से 5 बजे शुरू होगा, तो मैं 5 बजे तक इसको ऑन रखूंगा YouTube के ऊपर. अगर आप कोई अपना सजेशन भेजना चाहते हैं इस प्रोग्राम के बारे में, आज के इस पर्टिकुलर डेलिब्रेशन डिस्कशन के बारे में, अगर किसी स्कूल के टीचर्स ने, बच्चों ने, स्टूडेंट्स ने अभी तक लॉगिन नहीं किया है, और मुझे ये भी नहीं पता लगेगा कि पूनम मैम ने मोहाली से करवाया कि दिल्ली से करवाया कि जलंधर से करवाया, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. और मीनाक्षी मैम ने कानपुर के पास से टुंडला या आगरा से भी लोग पकड़े हैं, उसका मुझे नहीं पता लगेगा. और शालिनी मैम पालम बिहार से गुरुग्राम तक आगे चली गई हैं, और या पालम विलेज तक आ गई हैं, या द्वारका तक, तो मुझे नहीं पता लगेगा. और इंदिरा मैम जो हैं वो जयपुर की मेन सिटी से दौसा भी जा सकती हैं, और वहां से थोड़ा आगे चौकीधानी भी जा सकती हैं, आपनो गांव भी जा सकती हैं. वी कैन वर्क इट आउट. सो ऑल द बेस्ट. थैंक यू वेरी मच. Any day, should you wish to have a special session for your teachers, for your students, something on to the future of education, do let us know. We would be more than happy to give the complimentary input from our side.